Greetings everyone, I am the 17th Messenger and I would like to welcome you to my channel. Thanks for joining in, guys. I'm coming to you directly from down south. To be exactly, I'm coming to you from New Orleans, Louisiana. Shout out to New Orleans. Firstly, I want to give you a little background on the 17th Messenger. What does it mean? I'm going to give you a little background about me, myself. Okay, 17th Messenger. At the age of 3, I arrived in New Orleans, Louisiana, in the Holly Grove community, which is within the 17th Ward area. I was actually born in Natchez, Mississippi, Adams County. Shout out to Natchez, Mississippi. Okay, my mother, me and my sister arrived in Holly Grove. I was age 3 and my sister was age 1. So basically, her brother, my uncle, Hamilton Dent, accepted me and my family into their home. R.I.P. Uncle Hamilton. Okay, it all started at Judy P. Benjamin Elementary School. But before I go to Benjamin, 3 other subdivisions of the 17th Ward, which is Gertown, shout out to Gertown. P-Town, also known as Pigeon Town, shout out to P-Town. Those 3 subdivisions collectively make up the 17th Ward. All right, education. Went to grammar school at Judy P. Benjamin Elementary, 4040 Eagle Street, Holly Grove. Okay, by the time I was in the 5th or 6th grade, I actually went to parade, a Endymion Parade. New Orleans was known for the Mardi Gras. At the parade, I was fascinated by this one particular junior high school band. So I was watching the parade, little kid. So all of a sudden, my favorite color is blue. So this band come down with the banner, and I noticed it said Andrew J. Bell Junior High School Crusaders. Shout out to A.J. Bell, Crusaders 1. Okay, by the time I went back home, after watching that band, I was fascinated, man. It was mind-blowing. The drum section. The only thing caught me out of the band was the drum section. The drums, the way they line up, the shiny cymbals. Okay, so I bugged my mother every day, maybe a week or 2. You know, Mom, I want to go to that school. I want to go to Bell. I want to go to Bell. I want to go to Bell. Okay, so eventually I wound up at Bell. In the meantime, prior to getting to Bell, they had a music course for the gifted kids, gifted children. By the time I was in 5th or 6th grade, I took the course at Benjamin, the elementary, and my first instructor at that time, Mr. Lear, R.I.P. Mr. Lear, God bless, man. Mr. Lear actually suggested that there's a gifted program in New Orleans here for musical gifted kids. You can either go to Mac Lane, uptown, or you can go to Bell, which is in the 6th Ward, downtown. No questions asked. I said, I want to go to Bell. Blue and white. I'm going to Bell. That's where I want to go. All right, so my mother went to the school board because I was out of district in a whole different location of the city. So she had to go to the school board and get a permit, what they call. All right, got the permit, got accepted into Bell. Okay, every day I had to catch 3 city buses, RTA. The airline in Louisiana to the Tulane to the Galvez bus. 3 buses. Going towards Bell, towards the Lafitte Project. Shout out to the Lafitte Project. To 1010 North Galvez Street. A.J. Bell, home of the Mighty Crusaders. All right, upon arriving at Bell, I there met my other 2 musical mentors. Mr. Donald Richardson, a.k.a. Meathead, shout out to Meathead, R.I.P. And Mr. Fernandez, who was my personalized instructor for the gifted students. R.I.P. Mr. Fernandez, shout out to Mr. Fernandez, 1. Okay, so I was basically being groomed and molded towards my first gift, music. All right. Therefore, upon the Bell, which is located in the 6th Ward, okay, 6th Ward, which was my second home because they embraced me because of the musical gift and my development within the band. All right. Shout out to the 6th Ward. One love, 6th Ward. Okay, so now I'm bouncing from the 17th Ward to the 6th Ward every day, every day. I'm waking up earlier than the average student does because before school, I had morning field practice. So I would be physically sweating, learning marching drills for the halftime football games. All right, they all had a great, awesome band. Matter of fact, that junior high school band was on a performance of a college level. This is how talented and how gifted this junior high school band was. It was amazing, man. Okay, so at Bell I was groomed. Mr. Richardson, one building, Mr. Fernandez, building 8. Okay, back and forth, back and forth. Both instructors would converse and communicate about me, seeing how I was coming along in my musical development. They were communicating, because remember, Mr. Rich had to have me in that band. Something he saw in me that I didn't even see in myself. He believed in me. Okay, with that being said, so after field practice in the morning, we sweaty. We still got to go to homeroom and first period. No showers, but field practice, sweat, whatever. All right, get ready for class. Go. All right. After class, after school, I had to do a second musical practice. Apart from the band, with the drum section. Okay. The rest of the band was in the band room, but the drum section practiced outside in a special area where we developed as a brotherhood. Oh man, it was impeccable. Okay, but anyways, 6th Ward became a second home. School, loved the 6th Ward, had great memories there. But also, 17th Ward, my first love. Okay, shout out to Lil Wayne, 17th Ward. Okay, education. After graduating from high school, I eventually moved to the ATL. Shout out to the ATL. And my uncle embraced me then, my mother's brother, Uncle Jerome. R.I.P. Uncle Jerome. I love you, man. All right, during the ATL, upon arrival, got a job, got 2 jobs, as a matter of fact. Fresh out of New Orleans, because everybody from high school had already took the ACT, the SAT. They made their plans for either college or the military. Me, unprepared, I just wanted to graduate. So went to Atlanta, sat out of here, and worked, just worked. Within 4 months, I bought my first car, which was a stick shift. Honda Civic, brown stick shift. I used to call it the Brown Hornet. What's up, cuz? Jerome. Shout out to Jerome. So my little cousin used to teach me how to drive this car. I actually bought a car. I was about 18, 19. Bought my first car, was a stick shift. Didn't know how to drive it. So I was waiting for my little cousin to come home from high school. We used to go up over this hill. Atlanta had hills and stuff. And it was an empty lot, and he would teach me how to drive. That one was a full speed, I think, the first one. Okay, so I learned how to shift gears and work the clutch. All right, okay. Second year after working, I worked the first year set out. But I had the idea, like, man, Taurus, you're real smart. Why don't you go to college here? So I wrote an essay to Clark College, why I want to go to this school. Got accepted. Got in Clark. Lived on campus, James Barley Hall, AU Center, which also consists of Clark College. At that time, now it's Clark Atlanta University, Spelman College, Morris Brown College, and Morehouse. Shout out to the AU Center, 1. Okay, went to Clark, so expensive, so I wound up needing more money. It was a private school, very expensive to live on campus, so I had to get all my money. My financial aid wasn't just enough. I had the smart idea, I went to the music director and said, well, hey man, I need a little more money for my tuition. I said, I play drums. So, can you help me with a scholarship? Band director, listen, they put some sheet music in before me. I played it, and he was very impressed. He was like, hey man, where you from? I said, man, I'm from New Orleans. Where do they go? Where you from? I said, well, they normally go to Southern University, TSU, or Grambling. And he actually wanted me to be a scout to get other musicians to come to Clark. Anyway, only went to Clark a year. Moving along, by the time I went to Clark, I did jump into the United States Army Reserve. Initially, I went in, got in, my job training was a 74 Delta 10, which is basically a computer operator. So I was a computer operator. It was my first job in the military. Reserves, a weekend warrior. And actually, when I transferred back, I used to drill on the New Orleans lakefront. There's a United States Reserve Center. I used to go there every month for the weekend drill. Call them being a weekend warrior, like the National Guard. Okay, after Clark, freshman year, first year of college, eventually moved back to New Orleans, and I eventually went to Del Valle for some business and computer. Okay, Atlanta, lived in Atlanta. Throughout my journey, I lived in Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin City, Minnesota. Shout out to Minnesota. What up, St. Paul? What up, Minneapolis? Okay, lived in the Twin Cities. Lived in Houston, Texas. Shout out to Houston, Texas. Lived a year in Knoxville, Tennessee after Hurricane Katrina, Knox County. Shout out to Knoxville. In Knoxville, I actually went to a year at Pellissippi State Community Technical School. I took up various courses there. I actually took up a public speaking course there at Pellissippi State, which can come in handy now today. Okay, Pellissippi. I also went to Minneapolis Community College for about a year, some business and marketing courses. And also I went to Southern University of New Orleans, Louisiana. I did 3 years there pursuing social work. 3 years of social work. All right, so collectively, I've done 5 years of various different colleges. Basically, I'm like a lifetime student. Get out of here. 5 years of collectively of schooling in colleges and experience in the Army Reserve. All right, so this is basically my foundation. I also went to Orlando, Florida, maybe 3 occasions. Shout out to Orlando and Pensacola, Florida, while I was in the Army. Shout out to Pensacola. And while in Minneapolis too as well, I actually went to see Prince's Real Estate. R.I.P. Prince, one of the greatest artists. Okay, now, that's the part of 17. Not meaning 17 in chronological numerical order, but meaning 17 as in the 17th ward. Okay, messenger. Messenger, the part of that tagline, basically, I know for a fact I was marked by God Himself, the Almighty God. Before I was born in the womb, I was set apart, didn't even know it. Basically, it's divine prophecy and a messenger. Don't want to scare anyone, but actually I'm what they call an authentic, bona fide chosen one. So you're saying, what is a chosen one? All right, chosen ones, basically, chosen one is created by God, the universe. Okay, so God created the universe itself. God is time Himself. God is the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. God created the universe, the entire existence of the world. God created Satan himself and the fallen angels. Okay, chosen one are pathetic beings. They're marked by God before they were even born, before they were even in the womb. They're marked by God, predestined to happen. It's like prophecy. They reveal certain divine, they receive divine revelations and downloads. They're spiritual beings, okay? Once answered the calling of a chosen one, they get an awakening. A lot of things become revealed to them. This is where they receive a spiritual eye, which is a third eye. I don't want to scare you, but the spiritual eye, the third eye, they basically see what others can't see in the spirit realm. Okay, so there's a connection. The spiritual realm and the physical realm, which you can tangibly see with the human eye. Everything that happens in the physical realm first manifests in the spiritual realm. Everything begins in the spiritual realm, then it manifests in the physical realm, what you see. Okay, Chosen ones are basically they see through deception, falseness. You can't fool them. It's all about energy. They can sense ill intention, wickedness, evilness, harm before it even happens. They're that highly sensitive. They pick up on energy, whether positive or negative. I was at work one time and a lady was approaching, and I can look in her facial expression of the heaviness. And as she passed, I thought she was just about to bust down and just start crying right before she walked past me, but I could sense that pain she was carrying, that heaviness. That's one of the traits of a chosen one. They're highly sensitive. They feel shifts in energy, and they see light and darkness. They know good and evil. They can discern. It's called the gift of discernment. The third eye is actually the gift of discernment, and it's a divine gift, which is my second gift. All right. While at Bell also I did receive good ear training, have a keen sense of hearing. Okay. Chosen ones, they're like magnets. They draw people to them. People don't know why they like them, but they're like magnets. They attract people to them, and people are mesmerized, and they do have favor on them from the Lord Himself. At the same time, chosen ones also attract darkness. They attract negative energy. They attract jealousy, envy, wicked, evil people. They attract haters. Basically, they attract haters and people with darkness and voids in them. All right. Okay. It's all about energy. Third eye. I went over that. Okay. So let's see. With that being said, I want to start off with a scripture first. From 1 Corinthians 13:11, that states, "When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things." So what are we talking about? We're basically talking about the development of from a boy to the manhood, the transformation of growing. Okay, so let's stick and move without further ado. Okay, from kindergarten through 12th grade, it's all just developmental stages, like from age 5 to 17, 18. It's all building blocks, all right? That's from the age of 5, 17, 18. Okay, after high school, everything prior to high school is basically building blocks. After high school, there's a transitional phase. So everything prior to graduating from high school or basic fundamentals in life, the learning process. Right? So if you didn't go to high school, I would advise get a GED or try to, get some type of paperwork for self-accomplishment and self-achievement. Okay, knowledge is power. Remember, and the more you know, the more information you know, the better, more options you will have in life. Okay, so after high school, I say it's game time, first quarter. 18, 19 years old, you should be either working a job, if you're not in college, preparing to go to college, take a trade or something that will teach you a skill set that will put you in a position to earn some decent money, some income. Okay, so you should either be learning, making money, or putting yourself in a position to eventually make money. Okay, so after high school, like I said, I went to the ATL, sat out, bought my first car, and actually, my first car, which I mentioned earlier, stick shift, while in the Army on drill one month, down in New Orleans, like that unit, because I did move around from city to city. Okay, we was anyway, the unit was hanging out, and they wanted drivers for the military vehicles. So it's like, who can drive a stick? I raised my hand, see me. All right, Carter, lunchtime, meet us in carpool. So we went for a ride around the lake in the military vehicle. One spin, had a sergeant around with me. I think I was a E3 going on to an E4, from a PFC to a specialist. I got all the way to be a sergeant, from an E1 to E5. Anyway, so we went around and spin in the lakefront. Came back to the unit, they said, Carter, give him my license. So I picked up a second job, MOS in the Army, computer operator and military driver. All right, so we know what the chosen one is, and I want to present a scenario. Scenario number one, okay. So let's say Johnny went to college, he learned a good trade or directly after high school, and he kept straight with timing and stuff, worked a little part-time job, and kept going to school. All right, by the time he was busy, by the time Johnny's about 26, 27, most likely he's going to be in a position to make some decent money, take care of himself, have an apartment and a car, be self-sufficient and independent. He's basically going to be able to fend for himself, no problem, because he was moving instead of growing, instead of learning. He didn't waste any time. He stayed on the smooth, direct track. All right, scenario number two. I'm going to use myself personally. Okay, by the age of 22, I did a lot of schooling. Okay, I had, due to unprotected sex, I had my first child at the age of 22. But love my kids. Shout out to my kids. One love. But my kids made me a better man. Okay, but fellas, y'all here, MOB, put your career first, man. You got time, man. And if you're hot in the ass, practice safe sex, man. Protect yourself. Because you don't want to be in a situation where you kind of getting sidetracked and not being directly focused on where you need to go. You need to be on the mission, man. Look ahead, If you do have a kid, man, at a young age, man up, man. Be a father to your child, man. Take care of your child, man. Take care of your responsibilities, bro. Man up and grow up and be there. I hate to see a guy all clean and fresh, talking reckless and crazy. Meanwhile, he left the baby on the other side of town, stomach may be growling, the baby's hungry, need pampers and milk, and need shoes on their feet. So man up, brothers. Man up and be responsible. Okay? Like I said, my kids made me a better man. Okay, you don't want to be like older guys who missed the mark in life, You don't want to waste your time, be irresponsible and wind up, nobody want to be bothered with you. You're not financially stable. You're basically unwanted and you're deadbeat.